tea time.
The universal tea handshake right there.
Right, yeah. Yep. Passed down from our forefathers.
Yeah, Lou Yu.
We're doing some ripe. Fruity.
Yeah. So this is a ripe I am curious to get your opinion on. This was in the blind tasting I did a while ago. Mm-hmm. And it generated split decisions, shall we say. So just curious what you'll say. The tea has been unblinded at this point, but it is the Amused Scorpion, I think is what's written there. It's a farmer leaf ripe, so we'll see. Cool. I'm curious to hear your opinion on it.
Yeah, looking forward to it. And do you do pretty heavy brew? Looks pretty good to me.
Yeah, I think this is one that probably benefits from a decently heavy hand. Yeah.
Cool. What age? What's the year on this guy?
Ooh, last couple. Not probably 2020.
Got it.
I
Okay.
think 2020, 2021.
Cool. Episode 427. We said that, didn't we?
Yeah.
We did now.
We looked it up, so we gotta say it. Also, comment for the algorithm.
Yeah, and
I don't know if you saw the comments on that video, but there's a lot of for the algorithm comments.
Yes. Bless you all.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're taking over. Yeah, watch out, Elon. We're coming for you, bud.
Elon?
Yeah.
Because he definitely has something to do with the YouTube algorithm.
I don't know. He's just... We're coming after you, PewDiePie. I do too. I know what PewDiePie is. Is
Okay.
PewDiePie still PewDiePie? Is he still
I know the name PewDiePie. That's about where
That's all
I
I
am.
know. Yeah. He's like some Danish or European.
Okay, he's like the number one, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
It was there. All I know is that there was a thing with him, and then like a Bollywood music video channel for the number one YouTube channel.
Huh.
I'll let you actually pour that out for yourself. And yeah, looks great. Those are very fruity, very sweet.
Not as deep and earthy as ripe sometimes gets.
Yeah, I'm curious. And as you could see when I was divvying out the leaf, I don't know how much leaf I used. Whatever.
Yeah, it's ripe, but you could keep it casual.
Yeah, this one was not very like iron pressed, so easy for me to unfurl my hand, get one chunk out. It kind of just separates into two chunks easily.
Yeah.
So you might, in that case, want to use a bit more leaf potentially. It's not as compressed and compacted. Alright. Go for it, get in there.
Smells real nice. Yeah, kind of a very bright nose for a ripe. As you can tell from the color too, it brews a little bit. It's kind of this very deep red, but not like pitch black as some ripe tends to get. Mm-hmm. Looks like kind of a mix of smaller leaves in general.
Yeah, definitely. Smells really good. Here we go. Cheers.
Cheerio.
It's been too long. Huh.
Yeah, very bright taste again. Like pretty woody. Do you get any cherry in this?
I'm getting a lot less fruit than I expected. It's got a lot of classic ripe flavors. I'm getting a bit more of the sort of like barky woodiness of this. Cherry, not strongly at all.
Okay.
I'd say at least now, much more of like a vanilla kind of creamy thing going on. Almost a little bit of a charcoal mineral-y thing. That was what struck me first. That was why I was like, huh. So yeah. We'll see how it goes.
Indeed. Yeah. In like sort of that light to dark scale, is it more dark tasting or light tasting as far as ripe Pu'erh goes?
I don't really know yet. Let's keep drinking. I'm curious. I'm gonna see how this evolves. The liqueur and the texture looked to me like it would be much lighter than it tasted. It smelled much lighter than it tasted, but it tasted a little bit darker to me than I expected.
Yeah.
But I still put that. So on a relative basis, I was surprised by how dark it tasted. But on the whole spectrum of
the ripe scale,
I'm not sure where it plays in quite yet.
Yeah, and obviously the scale is very relative because like if you put this on the scale at the oolong scale, this is dark as shit. So
100%. Yeah. Cheers.
Cheers. Nice texture to it. It's a little thin as far as the body goes, but I think, I don't know, it's an interesting tea.
This is interesting. There's something, I'm not sure what,
Nice aroma to it.
Yeah, although you're getting a lot of the aroma in the cup.
A little bit less so. I think you are pretty spot on there, that the aroma is, I don't know, it's a little different than the cup.
Yeah.
The cup is a little more standard ripe.
Yeah. This is good. It's interesting. It's not subtle in that it's not strong. It's strong, but it's subtle in that it's like, flavors are eluding me a little bit.
Yeah.
Man, a little bit of that kind of like peaty, charcoal-y thing going on. Not fermented necessarily, but just like in earthiness, but not in like a spicy desert way. Not in the spicy desert earth way. Duh. Yeah. In more of a peaty Scotland kind of way.
Oh, peaty Scotland.
Obviously.
So not like a Tucson, Arizona sort of way.
More Glasgow than Tucson.
Do we get your Scottish accent?
No, you don't. Okay. I'm trying to survive 2022 here. I don't need a bunch of terrifying Scotsmen to hunt me down. I know where you guys. I lived in Scotland. I know those folk. They're terrifying.
They're terrifying.
And incomprehensible.
Yeah.
Cheers to the Scots.
Yeah. Thumbs up, thumbs down for study abroad in Scotland.
Oh, God. Here we go. Cheers.
I like this one. You definitely brewed it a little longer, and it's a lot fuller as a result. A little bit of sourness, but I think I do like the profile when it's pushed. Yeah.
You know, the not inverse, but the other side of that coin of sourness that is that juiciness a little bit, right?
Yeah.
And I like that.
Yeah.
This is kind of interesting. It's not. Yeah. It is very juicy. It's a little bit acidic.
Yeah.
Not a strong bitterness, but those deeper flavors too. It's kind of an interesting juxtaposition. Usually, those acidic flavors, I kind of expect greener teas than this.
Yeah. It's like the sourness. I mean, part of it is just the fact that you pushed it so hard, but you're not used to getting kind of sourness to that level in these sorts of teas. Like aged oolong, right. Some oolongs, some black tea for sure, but in ripe pu'erh, a little bit less common.
Yeah, really fun to continue to drink this as we're talking and experience it. This is one of those teas that I think does benefit from a little bit of attention. There's a little bit of that fruitiness now coming out. I like this. It's kind of like puzzling for me.
Yeah.
I don't blame people for being kind of mixed on this one.
Yeah.
I mean, this kind of tea actually I feel like one day I might like a lot more than the other day.
Okay.
Even for myself.
Interesting.
It doesn't for me. This isn't a home run. I'll put it that way.
Okay.
But interesting.
Yeah.
There's this one YouTube guy who does coffee stuff. He's really popular. He's got a ton of million subscribers. James something I can't.
Hoffman.
Remember. Is that it?
I think so.
Yeah. And he talks a lot about like the same exact stuff as we talk about on the show, which was totally crazy. So one of the points that he makes is like sometimes a lot of people when they first start drinking something, they're drinking things for the flavors they enjoy. Eventually, when you get so nerded out on something, you're drinking flavors that are you're enjoying flavors that you might not actually enjoy or find pleasant, but you find them interesting and novel.
Uh-huh.
And I feel like I don't know if that's what this is. I'm enjoying it, but it's also just different in a fun way.
Right. Yeah, I mean, I feel the same as you. Not to spoil the tasting, but I was the person that rated this most highly, and generally the rest of the panel didn't care for it so much. So I think part of that is exactly what you just described, the fact that I found it like kind of interesting in a different sort of way, rather than I don't know. I was surprised that other people didn't find this as interesting. I think the flaw-wise, it is thin as far as that goes, especially when you don't brew it for very long.
Yeah.
But non-standard in an interesting way.
Totally, but again, to that sort of thinness, though, I like the juxtaposition to a thinner, lighter bodied tea with these kind of deeper, intense notes. So anyway, definitely a cool tea. Very juicy, continuing this kind of mouth-watering thing.
Yeah, for sure.
I would definitely. This is kind of a pick up and try type thing. Maybe not buy a ton of it until you've had it.
Probably not a good reference tea for ripe, but an interesting counterpart.
I totally agree. Yeah. How do people find this? Is that possible?
I think so. Farmer Leaf,
Okay.
very popular Pu'erh vendor. This is their. Oh God, can't read my handwriting. It might be an Iwu ripe. I'm not totally sure. But I looked at that. I'm like, yeah, this Indiana Jones is gonna have to dig this up and like use his translation because like fucking hieroglyphics I cannot read that. I wrote this myself too.
Yeah.
So I have no idea. I think there's a Y there, so I think it might be an Iwu. So
interesting.
Yeah. Farmer Leaf ripe. They don't sell a ton of ripe, so process of elimination. You'll figure it out.
There you go. That's a great endorsement from us over at Therethink. Check them out. Check us out on therethink.org. Oh my God! Oh, I'm so caught up in work stuff. Sorry.
TDB.
I don't do that. I don't run that company with James. James and I don't run that company.
TDB is where we make the big bucks.
Oh my God, you're right. I was thinking. Check us out on tdb.org, therethink.org, tdb.org. You know what? Screw it. See you guys next time.
Cheerio.
God, Therethink.